Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Psycho, and I'm about to review Season 6, Episode 3, called Thank You of The Walking Dead. And holy freaking shit, this did not just happen. There's no way this just happened. I'm just going to say, spoiler, this is going to be a spoiler review, so if you have not seen this, this is going to spoil some insane things, so if you haven't seen this, I'd just click off the video right now, because there's so much that happened in this episode. And it's just, I cannot even believe that it happened. I was just not expecting some of these things, so you've been warned. First of all, guys, I'm not going to start off on the simple things. Well, I'll discuss the simple things later on, but first of all, I just want to talk about how Glenn, oh my gosh, there's no way Glenn just died already. Oh my gosh, how the crap does this happen, man? I was not expecting it. Well, I saw a spoiler thing right as I was trying to find pictures for this review, and I thought, there's no way that happens, because they said he was still filming after that episode, and I thought, there's no way he's gonna die, there's no way. And then I see this tonight, and I'm thinking, no, there's still not a chance. And then all of a sudden, Nicholas shoots himself, and then they both fall down in the crowd of walkers. No, there's no way, man. I cannot believe this. This was like so cinematic and everything. These episodes, they just keep beating each other. The premiere was good. Episode 2 was even better, in my opinion. And then we've got episode 3 with a gigantic character death. And then the wolves are reintroduced, which I didn't even think was going to happen. I thought they'd be gone for a while. And they pulled that attack on Rick in the RV. And like, I wasn't even, that's one of those moments that you're not expecting. It was one of those, like how that one woman was smoking and then that wolf comes up in behind her. Like, they're so sneaky. I wasn't expecting them to come up on Rick like that either. Not to mention, Rick was a complete badass when it came to handling them. I was sort of scared for Rick's life, and I'm still scared for his life right now. Even though he's a major character, it still makes you nervous when you see like walkers crowding around him and you don't see any way out. This episode was just like a perfect example of the phrase "no way out," because in like almost every situation you noticed, there was no way out for Nicholas and Glenn. It seemed like there was no way out for Michonne. There was no way out for the Alexandrians. There was no way out for Rick in that RV. Just all of these examples, they all get trapped. They all separate. Everything about this, man. I just cannot believe Glenn died. Holy crap. I know I'm getting really like pumped up and crap right now, but not really pumped up, just like, I can't believe this happened. I mean, the death was just like, as it was happening, it looked like a dream, man, because I don't think anybody thought he was actually going to die because of the infamous comic scene where, I'm not going to spoil it, but he takes a different sort of route when it comes to death. So now I'm wondering who's going to fill that role when Negan's introduced. Just to mention a few small things in this episode I thought was crazy was like when it started out and the Alexandrians are with a group and Rick's, he's telling them what they have to do, and it's obvious, Rick's doing his thing, the Ricktatorship, and I'm supporting Rick the full way here. Like, he's saying if they're slowing them down, you've got to leave them behind if something happens to them. And then all of a sudden you get a bunch of Alexandrians that have no idea what they're doing, and they all of a sudden just get bit like right off the bat, back to back, people getting bit. And these guys are mostly expendables, except for a few people that, they were pretty cool. Like, they tried to at least help the group. They would tell them, to leave them, but, like Michonne and Heath wanted to help them out. And then also, I thought Nicholas, it was sort of questionable, but now it's just, I'm really furious at Nicholas, dude, because Glenn is dead because of Nicholas. I mean, I don't know if I would say that because they were in a really, really tough position, but when you think about it, Nicholas led them to that. And then when he shot him, he brought Glenn down with him. So that's just, oh my gosh. That's what you get for being the nice guy in the show and giving them second chances, I guess. But just to mention a few more things, just to talk about, like the part where Michonne and the group, part of the group, and Alexandrians are holed up in this pet store, and like you see all of the zombies coming around them, and it's like, wow, this is going to be bad. How are they going to get out of this? And then they just burst out the doors and unload on all the zombies. I wasn't even expecting that because you'd figure they'd take another route, but that was a badass moment. And then when the one Alexandrian she's like falls or something like that, and then the zombies come up behind her and start eating her, and she's like, just don't worry, just go ahead and do what you have to do. And those are the types that I do like, because they're not completely selfish. They know when they're done, and they know when to leave them behind. Another thing that I would like to talk about would be like how Daryl and a bunch of other people was sort of swaying their views, like questioning whether they should do what Rick says or not. And Daryl eventually decides to do what he wants to do on his own, and it's sort of understandable because he's the type that wears his heart on his sleeve, and if there's somebody that he wants to make sure that he can save, like Aaron or Carol, but I really think it was Carol, but also Aaron too, because he's done a lot for Daryl. He wants to go and help those people if he has the chance, and I guess he just doesn't want to be one of those people that sits around and lets it happen, because he wants to take action, and that's fully respectable. Just to mention another thing about the wolves' attack on Rick, I think that was the wolf that Morgan let go that took the gun. And just think about this. I may be wrong, that might be someone else, but the wolves don't have weapons other than the one that guy took. So just think about this. What if Morgan let this guy go and he had encountered another character, a major character, that could have possibly died to this? And, luckily Rick's a full-out badass. I mean, everybody knows that. And I was still nervous because he was getting ambushed. Like, there was more than just 2 people. That was like 5 people. Just what if he would have killed Rick? I mean, that's the possibilities that Morgan's leaving there when he decides not to kill someone that is dangerous to his group. And I hope eventually Morgan's going to come to terms on how he should really just kill somebody if he has to, because these people can definitely come back like they did with Rick and do that to them. So he needs to learn this, in my opinion. That's pretty much all I can think of to talk about. I'm trying to keep this not too long of a video, but I'm mostly sidetracked from Glenn's death, and I might miss out on a few things because I'm just overwhelmed by this right now, because I don't think many people were expecting a death like this, especially in episode 3. I mean, no one really expects something insane to happen in episode 3. And they were also probably expecting a different outcome later on, that maybe they would work through the comic route. And they definitely switched routes on us with that. I just can't believe it. I just really cannot believe this right now. But I'm going to head out, guys. I really appreciate you all watching this video. It honestly means a lot. And if you want to leave a like, that always helps me out and lets me know that you guys enjoyed this episode and you're enjoying the review. So I really would appreciate that if you guys would do it. But I'm just enjoying doing these reviews. This is like my 4th review, I think. I did the Fear the Walking Dead season finale, and then I went on to all of these episodes so far. And as a giant fan of the show, I love doing this. I think it's so fun to do, just to talk about it and discuss it with other people in the comments that love the show. I just love the Walking Dead community in general, because instead of everybody being really hostile to each other, we just discuss the things we love, and that's the awesome thing about it. But as always, guys, I really appreciate you watching. Peace out.